guys, this is Sifu Nik from Ballistic Fighting Methods and StreetSafe101.com, and in this video we're going to be talking about the follow-ups to a split entry. So I'm going to show you guys the first 3 follow-ups that we teach in the Junfan Kickboxing series. Okay, the first 3 in the Junfan Kickboxing series. Now the follow-ups, let me just point this out, can be anything that you want. If you know how to straight blast and go for the clinch, do that. If you know how to shoot for the front leg, do that. If you know how to box, do that. This is completely up to you. But in the Junfan Jeet Kune curriculum, these will be the first 3 that are taught. And if you missed out on the first part, make sure you go back and watch the entries in the first part of the video. Okay. Helping me out is Jeff Beard. Jeff's going to be holding the mitts for me here. Jeff's an instructor, or he's part of my assistant instructorship program right here at Ballistic Fighting. Keep an eye on him, he's kind of up and coming. You'll see him at a bunch of different events and also teaching right here at the studio if you're ever in the area. Okay. So, just a quick review. With the entry, I had 3 main goals. One goal was to evade the line of attack. The second goal was to achieve a desired range or distance. And then the third goal was to have a strategic advantage in counter-offending. Okay? And I did that with 4 elements: footwork, head movement, supporting hand, and then offending hand, and it was all done on 1 beat. Okay, so you got to remember those main goals. All right, so Jeff is firing this jab down the pipeline. He's trying to hit me in the face. Okay, and for those of you guys who are doing the mitt holding, it's very important that you give good feeds. Okay, if he throws me a jab or something, I don't know where it's going, I can't have a good response to it. Now I gotta, okay, get back in alignment. So make sure that you guys have a good, solid feed, but make sure you do it safely. Okay. So we're working off of the split entry. As a review, the split entry is going to be a split configuration between my framework and my partner's framework. So when he throws this jab, I end up right here. Okay, so I move my footwork, I slip my head, my supporting hand does a parry, my offending hand either goes in for a buji or an eye jab, or maybe just another jab. Okay? Now here's something that you got to keep in mind. You have to have that footwork, because if you miss, whatever you miss, if you don't move, that jab's going to hit you. Okay? And if you just don't have a parry and he throws that cross, then that's going to hit you. Okay? So this is kind of like a double defense. Okay? I get out of the way of the jab, but the cross is also not in the line of fire anymore. Okay? You have to evade that line of attack. All right? Okay, so we have the split entry. And let me just show you from the other side in case you missed the first video. And we end up just like this. Okay? All right, Jeff, come on back. Variation number 1 off of the split entry. Okay? We are going to assume that we were successful with our split entry. So when he throws that punch, I have my split right here. Let's just say I got a good shot at his face or a good shot in the eye. Okay? Once I get that shot, his hand's dropping. Cross, hook, cross, now attack. Okay? Again. One more time. And one more time. Let's do it from the other side. I'll go slow for you guys so you can see first. Split entry. Cross, hook, cross, now attack. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 2, now attack. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 2, now attack. One last one. Split entry, cross, hook, cross, and a now attack. Okay, so that's number 1. Okay? It's the split entry followed up by a cross, hook, cross, and an out attack. The second variation off the split entry. Okay, so this is the number 2 follow-up. This is what we call the Lao Sin Choi. All right, Lao Sin Choi simply refers to actually my striking hand. Let me kind of explain this to you in motion. Jeff fires down the line. I make my split entry. I'm going to capture his striking hand. When I parry, I just don't let go of it. I pull, and you'll see how my striking hand, or my lead hand, comes from underneath and offers this, okay? offers his back fist. It can be a little bit more vertical. It can be more like a guachuan, which is kind of raking through. If you guys have ever get caught up or having a hard time, you swipe right through, that would be considered a Lao Sin Choi. Okay, so split entry, I capture, I pull, and you can see I'm coming from underneath on this loop, and back fist. And I follow that up with the cross, hook, cross, and a now tuck. Okay? Alright, give me a little bit of love here. Okay, alright. He throws a punch, split entry, Lao Sin Choi, cross, hook, cross, now tuck. Okay? Split entry, Lao Sin Choi, cross, hook, cross, now tuck. One more time. Split entry, Lao Sin Choi, cross, hook, cross, now tuck. Let me show you from the other side. Split entry, Lao Sin Choi, cross, hook, cross, now tuck. Alright. Split entry, Lao Sin Choi, cross, hook, cross, now tuck. One more. That is the Lao Sin Choi. That's variation number 2. Alright, now we're on to variation number 3 off of the split entry. This is what's called a Pak Da. Now some people mistakenly call this a split entry itself. When I say Pak Da, what I'm referring to is this. He has this kind of a structure, okay? I'm going to slap one hand down and offer a back fist or a jab at the same time. That is not a split entry. It is a Pak Da. It's trapping for entry, okay? So just be aware of that, okay? All right, so we put this into our third variation. This is how it works. He feeds me the jab. I make my split entry. Once I make my hit, let's just kind of show this on his face here. If I make a good eye jab, he takes a step back, meaning he detaches from our engagement. I have to re-step in with the Pak Da, cross, hook, cross, and a now tuck. Okay? So let's go again, nice and slow. 1, he detaches. I re-enter with a Pak Da, cross, hook, cross, now tuck. One more time. Split entry. He detaches. Pak Da, cross, hook, cross, now tuck. Okay? Let me also point this out that if he backpedals too far, meaning I did the split entry and he takes 6 steps right out of the screen, whatever happens, okay, I need to re-enter possibly with the Buji now tuck, a shovel hook kick, something, okay? So don't just go back in there and try and find that trap. Just re-engage as if you're from square one. All right, my bad, Jeff. I was just kidding about you going out there. Okay, let's put this in a little bit of motion, all right? Split entry, he steps back, Pak Da, cross, hook, cross, now tuck. Split, Pak Da, hook. One more time. Okay, one more time. Okay, it's from the other side. I'll go slow so you guys can see. Split entry. Jeff takes a step back. You see the structure right here? I Pak Da. Da referring to the punch of the hand. Cross, hook, cross, now tuck. Okay, let's go again. One more time slow. Okay, one more time. One more time. That is the number 3 variation, Pak Da. Alright guys, so those are the 3 different variations off of the split entry. Number 1 was the cross, hook, cross, now tuck. Number 2 was the Lao Sin Choi, cross, hook, cross, now tuck. Number 3 was the Pak Da, cross hook cross, now text. Those are your first 3 variations in the Jun Fan Jeet Kune Do kickboxing curriculum. All right, so make sure that you guys are practicing. Get yourself a partner with some mitts. You're gonna miss sometimes. You might miss a little bit of a mechanic sometimes. You might have a partner who might have missed the pad work sometimes. It's okay, all right? A lot of repetition, a lot of muscle memory, a lot of practice. That's how you get these things to be successful, is practice, practice, practice. I can't emphasize that enough, okay? So now that you understand what an entry is and your first 3 follow-ups off of the split entry, I want you guys to go out and try it, practice it, and enjoy your training. Until the next video, I'm Sifu Nik from Ballistic Fighting.